A director of real estate is trying to create a budget for all leases over the next 6 years. He is going to focus on leases first, as his organization owns a majority of its buildings, so there are only a small number of them that he needs to work with. Looking at lease committed costs over the next 6 years, which have largely been based on historical trends, he realizes that there's a drop in the committed money for the lease 001 in the year 2013 and then in the year 2014. If he looks at the costs for year 2012, he notes that the forecasted costs are for base rent, parking area rental, and electricity charges. When he looks at 2013, he notices that he's only tracking the base rent cost and the parking area rental. It looks like the electricity charges have been omitted for some reason. To validate this assumption, he's now going to filter by the cost category of utility and electric usage. By regenerating this report for the same time frame, he can then identify with lease 001 when exactly his real estate team stopped forecasting energy utilization. To find out why they stopped forecasting the energy usage, he's going to review the lease details and get in touch with a contact at a company he recently hired called Energy Consulting Inc. to talk about the best way for him to budget for these unknown energy costs. When looking at lease 001, he can see all of the contacts, one of them being Richard Gibbs of Energy Consulting Inc. He now has the email address and telephone number at his fingertips and can get in touch with him quickly. While he was waiting for Richard to get back to him, he's going to regenerate his lease committed cost by year report for the next 6 years and copy these details into his budget for lease costs. His next step is to move on to cost to maintain owned buildings and ultimately come up with the total cost of occupancy for a number of his executive briefing reports. For more information, please contact us or register at Archibus.com.